Am I audible, all of you? Can everybody hear me? Good afternoon. Yes, very good afternoon to all of you. Okay. Acha. Now, in the previous session, if you people remember, we were learning how to solve quadratic equations. And then we also dealt with some different types of quadratic equations, which involved irrational numbers, like the square roots and all those things. Today, we are going to learn how to solve linear equations in two variables. So linear equation in two variables, I'm sure you must have done it before, but today I'm going to teach you a very unique method to solve linear equation in two variables. So come on, let's start doing it. I'll teach you one or two questions and then I'll be giving you a couple of questions for you to try it yourself. So here we go. So first of all, what is linear equation in two variables? From the name itself, we understand that there are going to be two variables involved in the question. And now for your additional information, suppose if we have only one equation which involves two variables. For example, I'll give you a very simple equation. An equation like x plus y equals to 4. Very simple equation. X plus y equals to 4. So this is one single equation which involves two variables x and y. Now I tell you, come on, okay, now find the values of x and y. Now, if you start finding the values of x and y, you will get an infinite combination. Say, for example, if I choose the value of x as 1, the value of y would be 3. Why? Because their sum has to be equal to 4, as you see in the right hand side. दोनों का total 4 होना चाहिए as per the right hand side. Say, if I take the value of x as 2, the value of y would be 2. If I take the value of x as 3, the value of y would be 1. If I take the value of x as 4, the value of y would be 0. If I take the value of x as 5, the value of y would be minus 1. All these combinations will give you a sum of 4, which matches the right hand side. And this combination of x and y is endless. So we will get endless, infinite combinations. Now say suppose if we want to find one unique value of x and one unique value of y, how do we go about doing it? In such a situation, you require two equations because in one equation, you just saw that we get infinite solutions. But if we have got two equations involving two variables, then we will get unique value of x and unique value of y. Observe, I'm going to teach you how to solve two linear equations in two variables in a very unique method. Watch here, all of you. I'll give you the first equation, 8x plus 5y minus 9 is equal to 0. This is one equation. And then the another equation I'm going to write just below this, 3x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. Now the method in which I'm going to teach you to solve the linear equations, for that you will have to bring all the terms on the left hand side and keep the right hand side 0. So bring all the terms to the left hand side and compulsorily keep the right hand side 0 in both the equation. Now observe, we are going to write the coefficients in a pattern like this, starting from here, starting from the middle. We are going to write all the coefficients starting from the middle, and that too in a pattern like this. 5 और उसके नीचे आ जाएगा 2. After that, we move on to the right. So in the right, you see there are two more numbers, minus 9, minus 4. They are called as constants, which do not involve any variables. So we started with 5, 2, then we moved to the right, we reached minus 9, 4, and now we are going to go back again to the beginning over here. That is 8, 3, and then we will end up from where we started. We started from 5 2, we are going to end it over here. So it's a very simple pattern to understand. I'll explain once again. We start writing the coefficients from the middle, 5, 2, and then we move ahead and then we write minus 9, minus 4. Then we move ahead, then we write the first coefficients of x, 8, 3, and we end up coming back to 5, 2. I'm sure you might have got the answer. आप लोग को ये बिल्कुल आता होगा. But I'm teaching you this method in case if you did not know this, it will be something new for you and interesting also. We are going to find the values of x and y straight away. सीधा x की value और y की value. Now there is something called as the difference of cross product. There is something called as difference of cross product. Now, since it is the first question, it is going to take a little time. But after the first question, when you get a hang of the technique, उसके बाद मेरे explanation की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. You will do that rapidly one after the other. So difference का मतलब होता है minus, and I'm sure you people know that. तो ये देखो, मैंने पहले ही minus minus के sign डाल दिए. It is difference of the cross product. तो ये minus minus मैंने डाल दिया. Now this combination over here, this combination will give you the value of x. This combination will give you the value of y, and this combination will give you the denominator. So let us begin with first x. Now, when I say difference of cross product, I'm sure everybody knows what cross product is. तो cross product में हम इन दोनों को multiply करते हैं. तो 5 multiplied by minus 4 is going to give us minus 20. और फिर माइनस का साइन तो मैंने ऑलरेडी डाल के रखा हुआ है. Then minus multiplied by minus 9 multiplied by 2 is going to give you minus 18. है क्या नहीं? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं y के लिए. तो y के लिए minus 9 multiplied by 3. Minus 9 multiplied by 3 is going to give you minus 27. अच्छा, उसके बाद यहाँ पे हम जाएंगे ऐसे क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट है ना ये. This is 8 multiplied by minus 4. That's going to give you minus 32. तो हम लोगों ने x और y के लिए न्यूमरेटर्स तो लिख दिए. Now let us come to the denominators. Very simple. Same thing, a difference of cross product. Now 8 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 16. And then over here, 5 multiplied by 3 is going to give us 15. और यही सेम चीज हम लोग को कॉपी पेस्ट कर देनी है बाजू में. This is 16 and this is 15. That's it. Same thing, you copy paste it. The denominator is 16 minus 15, which equals to 1. A 1 in the denominator you write or you do not write. It doesn't make a difference. So we just have to bother about the numerator. Tell me in the numerator, what would you get? Minus 20 plus 18. Minus 20 plus 18 would give you minus 2. And then we have y to minus 27 plus 32. Minus 27 plus 32 will give you 5. So here we get the answer. Hello. So it's an interesting method. It will take a little while, but you will get a good grip on this, and then it would be fun. Otherwise, if you have to solve linear equation in two variables, yes, this is simultaneous linear equations, but we are learning a new technique to solve it. I'm sure you people must have done this by the elimination method. That means you make the coefficients of any two variables same, and then you eliminate that. Okay? And then there is a substitution method, and there are so many methods. So this is something which I think maybe you might be seeing it for the first time. So it's always better to learn new things. Why not? In the meanwhile, you can just write it. Then I'm going to explain the next question again in a more systematic order. And then the third and fourth, you will try yourself. Okay, you've already done this. Yes, you're right. Okay, so if you have already learned, you might have learned that long back. So it is like revisiting what you have done long back. So in the meanwhile, those who are writing can go ahead writing it. And the students who found it a little confusing, I'll just give a quick recap. What we do is, in the first thing, we bring all the terms on the left-hand side and make the right-hand sides equal to 0. And then we start arranging the coefficients, starting from the middle coefficient 5, 2. You start from 5, 2, then move to the right. You get minus 9 minus 4. You write minus 9 minus 4. And then you come back to the x ka coefficient, that is 8, 3. And then you stop from where you started, that is 5, 2. See, you started from 5, 2, and then you ended up at 5, 2. So the first group is going to give you the numerator of x. The second group is going to give you the numerator of y. And the third one is going to give you the denominator. And then it's very simple. Difference of cross product. So x is equal to 5 into minus 4, which is minus 20, minus of minus 9 into 2, minus 18. The same thing, minus 9 multiplied by 3 is minus 27, minus of 8 multiplied by minus 4, which equals to minus 32. The same pattern you have to copy paste it for the denominator, both the places. 8 twos are 16 minus 3 fives are 15. And then you simply work it out and you get the answer. Chalo, let us try one question of this type. I hope everybody must have finished writing this so far. All right. Chalo, let's try one more question of this type. Now we have 2x 2x minus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0. And then we write uske niche. Yes, I'm teaching simultaneous linear equations. Then we have 5x plus y minus 9 is equal to 0. So let us start making the arrangements where you start from the middle term, the coefficients of the middle term, which is minus 3, uske niche aa jayega 1. Then you over here to the constants, minus 7, minus 9. Then you again go to the start, that is 2, 5, and end up from where you started, minus 3 and 1. So this combination will give you the numerator of x. This combination is going to give you the numerator of y, and this is going to give you the denominator for the both of them. It's very simple. Let us begin. So x equals to dash and y equals to dash. Now, since we are going to deal with difference of cross product, we are going to put the minus sign beforehand so that we are not confused वो minus sign के बारे में, तो वो पहले ही हमने डाल दिया. चलो, let's start again now. It's very simple. Starting with the first group, the first pair. Okay, so minus 3 multiplied by minus 9 is going to give you 27. So ये होगा 27. And then again, cross product. 1 multiplied by minus 7 is minus 7. So you get minus 7. Chalo aage badhte. The same thing, you have to keep doing it. So minus 7 multiplied by 5 is going to give you minus 35. And then again, 2 multiplied by minus 9 is going to give you minus 18. So let's write minus 18. And then comes the denominator, जो आपको सिर्फ एक ही बार करना है, and then the copy paste. So 2 multiplied by 1 is going to give you 2. And then we have minus 3 multiplied by 5 gives us minus 15. और यही same चीज जाएगी बाजू में भी. And that's it. उसके just mere calculations. So what do we have? Just let's see. So 27 plus 7 in the numerator. 27 plus 7, that's going to give us 34 upon 2 minus 15 is going to give us 17. So the value of x equals to 2. Now let's go ahead with the y. So we have minus 35 plus 18, which is going to give us minus 17 upon 17. So the value of y is equal to minus 1. So this method is basically called as cross multiplication method. One of the very rarely used methods to solve linear equations or simultaneous linear equations as you people know it. तो मैंने बोला कि जो हम लोग रेगुलरली यूज करते हैं उसे क्यों सीखना, वो तो वैसे ही हमको आता होगा. तो why not use the method which is not so much used by everyone? So I hope that everybody has completed. Would you try one question on your own? Oh, amazing. Great. So I'll give you one question. See if you can try this on your own. Of course, by the cross multiplication method. Yes, it may be long, but you know so many methods. So you always have the option of, okay, now some of the students might feel that this is a very long method to do it. Now, I'm sure if people know all the multiple methods of solving simultaneous linear equation. You can always pick up a method which you feel you're comfortable with. My purpose of teaching you cross multiplication method was not because it is difficult or it is easy. It is just because me. It's always better to learn something which is unique and unusual. इसके लिए मैंने आपको सिखाया वो. You can always go ahead and use your own methods. So we have 2x plus 7y minus 39 is equal to 0. 3x plus 5y minus 31 equals 0. All right, students. So I leave this question to you. You can do by any method you want, and you can give me the answer. And once again, this is not a race. So just do not hastily do the sum just for the sake of giving the fastest answer first and making a mistake. आराम से करो. All right, let's see किसने किसने आंसर दिया है. Okay, Rudra is correct. Shivam is correct. Uti is correct. Madhura, you might have to see your answer once again. Yes, Harsh, the value of y is correct. Yes, Jay is also correct. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so many people are getting the correct answer. Valentina correct, Unnati correct. Perfect. Yes. So many of the students have got the answer. I will also reveal the answer. The value of x is equal to 2. the value of x is equal to 2 and the value of y is equal to 5. 5. So there is elimination method, then there is a substitution method. In the substitution method, we find the value of one variable in terms of the other, and then we substitute that variable in the next equation. That is sometimes a little complicated because it involves heavy calculation with fractions, and many of the students are not comfortable dealing with fractions. So I personally do not recommend the substitution method. Then this was the cross multiplication method, and after that the method, there is one more method, Cramer's rule. That is also interesting. So you can go on the net and check for yourself Cramer's rule to solve simultaneous linear equations. So that is Cramer's rule, which I'll not be teaching because anyhow, you people know it and you people are giving real quick answers. So that's very nice. All right, students, would you want to start with trigonometry? Trigonometry शुरू करें? Okay, okay. So let's be. Yes, Unnati, you're right. Cramer's rule is similar to this method. Perfect. All right, students, see, we're going to start with trigonometry. Hmm? And we're going to take a little while to get this trigonometry done. Now, trigonometry, I'm going to tell you one very important about it, that this is going to become future of your mathematics. Now, when you in the 11th grade, 12th grade, till the time you're going to do mathematics, you are going to deal with trigonometry, and you're going to deal with trigonometry in every chapter of mathematics, more or less. You deal with trigonometry in circles. You're going to deal with trigonometry in coordinate geometry. You're going to deal with trigonometry in conics, in calculus, integration, differential, everywhere. So, it becomes necessary to have very good, strong grip trigonometry because it is going to be the future of your mathematics. तो एक काम करते हैं trigonometry के ऊपर एक strong grip बनाते हैं. So here we go. Yes, you're right. Even in scalar vector, trigonometry हर जगह यूज होने वाली चीज है. चलो इसके ऊपर एक अच्छा सा strong grip बिठाते हैं. Now, I'm not going to give you the introduction of trigonometry in detail. उसमें तो बहुत time निकल जाएगा. So we will then spend a lot of time in big detail. I'm sure you people know what trigonometry is. So here we go. There are how many trigonometric ratios do you know? Tell me all of you. Trigonometric ratios do you? 6. That's correct. Perfect. All right, all right. So we know 6 trigonometric ratios. That's perfect. Now let us see what these trigonometric ratios are. Now trigonometry, it all begins from a right angle triangle. It starts from a right angled triangle, and then the application of it can go to any type of a triangle in the world, but it begins from a right angle. Right angle the triangle. Out of the 3 sides, there is one side which is kind of a special side. It's so special that it has a special name, that is hypotenuse. And how do you spot the hypotenuse? It is bang opposite to the right angle. And then there are 2 more sides, that is AB and BC. Now, even these 2 sides have names. One of them is called as opposite, the other one is called as adjacent. Now, the question arises, हम किसे opposite कहें और किसे adjacent कहें? Now, opposite and adjacent are never fixed. They keep changing. So if you have to decide which is opposite or which is adjacent, you will have to first pick the acute angle. Suppose if I pick angle C, where you can see the red dot. So for angle C point of view, AB is the opposite and BC is adjacent. I repeat once again. Suppose if I pick angle C, from angle C point of view, AB is the opposite and BC is the adjacent. Now suppose in the place of C, if I say I pick angle A and I mark it as theta. So theta is a kind of a variable which is fixed for an angle. So from angle A point of view, this time BC would be the opposite. BC would be the opposite and AB would be the adjacent. Now, what do we understand of this? That opposite and adjacent are never fixed. They keep changing with respect to the acute angle you select. Now, which acute angle has to be selected? Do not worry about that. That will be given to you in the question. But for our sake of study, we are going to fix angle C and mark it as theta. Now, from this theta point of view, we take AB to be the opposite and BC as the adjacent. Now, since you're already familiar with trigonometric ratios, once again, I tell you, I'm not going to go into very much detail storytelling about how it came into being and how many thousands of years back, what mathematicians thought. We are not going into the story part. We are straight away coming to the point because we have less time and more things to do. And since you already know sine theta and everything. So this trigonometric ratio is called as the sine ratio, which is SINE, but we simply write sine, never read it as sec, it is sine theta. So this is opposite upon hypotenuse. Sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. The next ratio is cos ratio. Cos is the short form of cosine, COSINE, but we simply call it as cos theta, which is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Fantastic, you people remember everything. The next is tangent ratio, TANGENT, but we short that to the tan. So this is tan theta. Tan theta is perfect opposite upon adjacent. You're right. Correct. So these are three primary ratios, sine, cos, tan. Sine theta is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. Tan theta is equal to opposite upon adjacent. Then we have three more trigonometric ratios, which are basically the reciprocals of sine, cos, and tan. So the reciprocal of sine ratio is cosecant ratio. Cosecant, which we cut out it cosec theta. The cosec theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. So sine is opposite upon hypotenuse. Cosec theta will be hypotenuse upon opposite. Cos theta, uska reciprocal is secant ratio, which we cut short it to sec. Sec theta is going to be reciprocal of cosec theta. So not cosec theta, cos, sorry. The cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Sec theta is hypotenuse upon adjacent. And lastly, the reciprocal of tangent ratio is cotangent ratio, which is called as simply cot. The cot theta is equal to adjacent upon opposite. So this is the first set of formulae of trigonometry. And you know what is this formula called as? These are called as the definitions. They are the definitions of trigonometric ratio. If somebody comes up to you and asks you, tell me what is sine theta? Define sine theta. So your reply should be, it is basically opposite upon hypotenuse of some right angle triangle. Okay, tell me what is the definition of tan theta? Tan theta is basically the opposite upon adjacent of some right angled triangle with respect to angle theta. So these are definitions and very important. There are so many hundreds and hundreds of formulae in trigonometry. Now you might be wondering that from where did all this formulae come? All the formulae from trigonometry are basically born out of these 6 definitions. So this is the factory of formula. यहीं से बनते हैं फॉर्मूला बहुत सारे और थ्रू आउट ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में हम उसे करते हैं यूज. One three ratios are sine, cos, and tan, and then we have their reciprocals, that is cosec and cos. तो साइन थीटा का रेसिप्रोकल इज कोसेक थीटा, कोसेक थीटा का रेसिप्रोकल इज साइन। कॉस थीटा का रेसिप्रोकल इज सेक थीटा, सेक थीटा का रेसिप्रोकल इज कॉस थीटा। Tan theta and cot theta are reciprocals of each other. So now we are going to learn two set of formulae. हम लोग दो set of formulae सीखेंगे आज और कोशिश करेंगे उसे करने की. Because after that, whatever sums I'm going to teach you, whatever proofs I'm going to teach you, they are going to be all based on the two set of formulae which I'm going to teach you now. Very important. Please be very attentive. And trust me, if you really want to enjoy the session and at the same time also get a good grip on trigonometry, you got to be a little more serious and attentive. So here we two set of formulae. One reciprocals, second is identity. Very, very important. Starting with reciprocals first. Reciprocal से शुरुआत करते हैं. There are going to be 8 reciprocal formulae. Now you might be wondering, 8 formula. कोई नहीं, सारे easy. It's very easy. Even if you once look at these formulae with full concentration, ये ऐसे ही by heart हो जाएंगे. You don't even have to repeat it like a parrot. So let us begin. The first reciprocal formula, that is sine theta. I'm sure you people know what the reciprocal of sine theta is. Tell me, children, what is the reciprocal of sine theta? The reciprocal of sine theta is cosec theta, right? So sine theta is 1 upon cosec theta. And then cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sine theta. Sine theta is equal to 1 upon cosec theta. Cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sine theta. And going further, cos theta. Now we know that the reciprocal of cos is sec. Cos and sec are reciprocals of each other. Cos theta is equal to 1 upon sec theta, and sec theta is equal to 1 upon cos theta. And moving to tan and cot. Now, tan theta and cot theta are eternal reciprocals of each other. They are at the same time even complements of each other, but we are not entering into complementary ratios now. So tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta, and then cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta. Simple. तो देखो ये हो गए 6 रेसिप्रोकल फॉर्मूले. 3 यहां से वहां, बाकी 3 वहां से यहां. Now there are 2 more formula for tan theta and cot theta. These are the bonus formula for tan and cot, and at the same time very important also. Tan theta is equal to sine theta upon cos theta. Tan theta is equal to sine theta upon cos theta. And then cot theta, C-O-T, cot theta will be equal to what? Cos theta upon sine theta. Of course, reciprocally hoga, since they are reciprocal of each other. So let us once again take a recap of it. Sine theta is equal to 1 upon cosec theta. Cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sine theta. Cos theta is equal to 1 upon sec theta. Sec theta is equal to 1 upon cos theta. Even you might repeat it in your head wherever you are sitting. Also keep repeating it. Tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta. Cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta. Tan theta is equal to sine theta upon cos theta. And cot is equal to cos theta upon sine theta. Yes, Shrey, you're right. Okay, let us proceed further. Now the next set of formula which we are going to learn is the identities. अब ये identities जो है ना, ये इसको learn करने की जरूरत पड़ती है. We might have to learn identities by heart. They're important. Now, there are 3 identities. There are 3 identities, and every identity will also have 2 derived forms. Basically, there are three identities, and each identity will have two derived forms. Starting with the C, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. I am sure everybody would be familiar with this identity. It is one of the most frequently used identity. हर आए गए सब में यही आईडी यूज होता है. So you must be very familiar with this. Square theta plus square theta is equal to 1. Now I was telling you that there are two derived forms also. You know what these derived forms are? You simply take cos square theta on the right hand side. What would it turn into? Sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So if you take plus cos square theta on the right hand side, 1 minus cos square theta. Now we have cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. Now many of the students might feel एक ऐसा सा आइडेंटिटी है sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, तो उसके ये दो derived forms क्यों बनाने हैं? वो derived forms है ना, actually रहेगा आइडेंटिटी से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. So what is the use of these derived forms? I tell you, suppose if you're solving sum and you come up to a situation where you have sine square theta in the picture, and then you realize sine square theta to aa chuka hai, but I do not require sine square theta. I require square theta in the place of it. So what would you do? In the next step, you will replace sine square theta by 1 minus cos theta. So that unwanted sine square theta goes away and your requirement of cos square theta comes into the picture. तो स्क्वायर टू cos स्क्वायर और cos स्क्वायर टू sin स्क्वायर में स्वैप करने के लिए ये दोनों derived forms काम आते हैं. I hope you understood what I'm trying to tell you. Now, next identity. Identity number 2. This identity is sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. Sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. Again, now the two which I'm going to teach you are used as frequently as the first identity. So since इनका usage थोड़ा कम हुआ है, तो many of the students they tend to forget it. पर आप लोग इसको बड़े ध्यान से सीखना. Sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. Now you bring one on the left hand side. Bring one on the left hand side. You will get a derived form. And you know what is that? Sec square theta minus 1. From the right hand side, bring 1 to the left hand side. It will become sec square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square theta. Then in the next step, instead of 1, now you bring tan square theta left hand side. You will have sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. तो ये था हमारा second identity. See, sec square theta is equal to 1 plus square theta. Sec square theta minus is equal to tan square theta. Sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. And now we come to our last identity, full and final. The last identity is cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cos square theta. Cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. Now, what is the next derived form of it? In the next derived form, we bring 1 to the left hand side. Then it like this. Cosec square theta minus 1 is equal to cot square theta. And then you bring cot square theta to the left hand. So we have cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. So these are the two main group of formulae which we are going to largely deal in today's session and in the next session also. So I request all of you to tear out a page from your notebook. And if you have a Fullscape somewhere handy, you can use the Fullscape also. And on that page, you write all the formulae, nice, neat, and tidy, and you will keep that page in front of you throughout. Because we will be requiring formulae now and then, we will not turn on the pages and see the formula and again come back and do the sum. Instead, we will tear out a page and make a small chart out of it and keep it in the front. So whenever we require a formula, that chart will always be there in the table, on the table, where we can quickly refer the formula and use as and when required. So do not write it in the notebook. Tear out a proper page and write it down as if you are making a chart. And do that quickly. I'll give you 2 minutes for that. और ये सारे फॉर्मूला है ना, हम लोग को ऐसा टिप ऑफ द टंग पे होना चाहिए. Because whenever we are doing any problem on trigonometry, we should never cross a situation where half of our brain is struggling to recall the formula and other half of our brain we are thinking what to do next. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. The entire 100% of your brain has to be employed in the problem solving, how to crack the problem. And formula, by default, they should be at perfect time. Never struggle to recall the formula in doing the sums. And once you're done writing it on the page, do let me know so that we can start with some really basic questions. Do let me know once you're done writing, all of you. Okay, great. I'll give another half minute. And those who have done writing and not replying, please do not waste time. वही पेपर को हाथ में लो और पढ़ना शुरू कर दो. The more you're thorough with the formula, the more you will enjoy doing sums. Okay. All right. Can we begin with the sums, all of you? I hope that you must have written by now. Okay, children, let us start with the questions. Okay, but before that, uh, once again, am I audible, all of you? Because I've changed my network. So I just want to know that before I start the sums. Great. Chalo. Yes, yes, perfect. So let's begin. Now, the initial sums which I'm going to be teaching you, okay, these sums are going to be at a very basic level, very, very, very basic level. And you cannot, and you don't even expect such type of questions to come in the exam, because these sums I have designed only with one single purpose, that is to get a grip on the formula. So these questions which I'm going to teach you now, the purpose is not to train you in trigonometry, basically for getting good marks. It is only to get a grip on all the formulae which we have done now. So let us begin with the first problem. So we have to prove 1 minus sine square theta into sec square theta is equal to 1. So we are going to begin with the left hand side. तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड क्योंकि हम लोग को प्रूव करना है ना, तो वी हैव टू बिगिन विद लेफ्ट हैंड साइड और द राइट हैंड साइड. वी कांट टेक बोथ ऑफ देम टुगेदर. अगर हमने LHS RHS दोनों को साथ में ले लिया तो हमने एज्यूम ही कर लिया कि भाई ये इक्वल है. सो 1 माइनस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा into sec square theta. Okay, now check this. 1 minus sine square theta. अब 1 minus sine square theta, if somebody wakes you up from a deep sleep and asks you like 1 minus sine square theta क्या होता है, your prompt reply should be cos square theta. You see the first identity, cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So always remember 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. Cos square theta into sec square theta. Okay, now do you also know that cos and sec, are they reciprocals of each other? Cos theta and sec theta are reciprocals of each other. So you can change any one of them. Change any one of them. So let us change sec square theta. So cos square theta को लिखेंगे as it is. In the place of sec theta, we can write 1 upon cos theta. तो sec square theta की जगह पे हम लिखेंगे 1 upon cos square theta. And now see, cos square theta cancels out, and we are left out with 1, which is equal to RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Now the students who are very good with the formula, तो उन्होंने तो ये सब कब का कर दिया होगा. But the ones who are not so good with the formula, it is for them to learn properly. Question number 2 देखो. This was question 1. Question number 2. All right. 1 minus cos square theta into cosec square theta is equal to 1. Now, those students who took a little while to grasp question number 1, this is your chance to see if you can do this one now. 1 minus cos square theta into cosec square theta. Tell me, children, very quick, what is 1 minus cos square theta? 1 minus cos square theta should be at the tip of your tongue. 1 minus cos square theta is sine square theta. 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. 1 minus cos square theta is sine square theta into cosec square theta. Now, I hope you people know that once again, sine and cosec are reciprocals of each other. Sine and cosec are reciprocals of each other. You can change any one of them. So let us change cosec square theta, keeping sine square theta as it is. Cosec square theta को हम लिखेंगे 1 upon sine square theta. And then sine square theta cancels out. And what is left out is simply 1, which is equal to RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. So everybody write down these two questions. Then we will do two more. तो यू सी ये क्वेश्चंस है ना, आइडेंटिटीज और रेसिप्रोकल के ऊपर ग्रिप बनाने के लिए डिजाइन किए गए हैं. So many of the students might feel कि ये क्या इतने छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस, what is this? But actually speaking, ये जो questions है ना, these questions they become building blocks for the bigger questions. Just by learning all the formulae by heart, and if you say okay chalo get me all the advanced questions of trigonometry, I'll do them, it won't be possible. You start from here. Done everybody, can we move ahead? All right. Great. I'll wait for another 10-15 seconds. In case those who are writing it, they can finalize it. Okay, Unnati. Chalo, let us proceed. Here we go. Once again, basic question, but okay, Mohit. Okay, prove that cos square theta into 1 plus tan square theta is equal to 1. So we're going to begin with the LHS. LHS is equal to cos square theta into 1 plus tan square theta. Acha, now listen. First of all, cos square theta, we're going to write it as it is. Now 1 plus tan square theta. Once again, you can see the sheet if the formula is not so clear with you. आप वो जो अभी जो नोटबुक पे लिखा है ना, वो शीट देखो और बताओ कि what is 1 plus tan square theta. See the second identity. Sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. तो 1 plus tan square theta की जगह पे आप लिखोगे sec square theta. And once again, it looks very familiar, just like the previous question. Cos and sec are reciprocals of each other. So this time we will change the cos square theta. तो cos square theta को हम लिखेंगे 1 upon sec square theta into sec square theta. Sec square theta cancels out. You are left out with 1, which is equal to the right hand side. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. चलो question number 4 देखते हैं. Question number 4 is prove that 1 plus cot square theta into sine square theta is equal to 1. Let us begin with the left hand side. So we have 1 plus cot square theta into sine square theta. अभी 1 plus cot square theta है ना, 1 plus cot square theta. अगर आपको by heart है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, और अगर by heart नहीं है तो do not hesitate to look into the sheet. So in your sheet, which you have written all the formula, that is reciprocals and identities, see identity number 3. Identity number 3. Cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. तो 1 plus cot square theta की जगह पे आ जाएगा cosec square theta. Right? I hope you people remember that. Identity number 3. Cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. And now once again, you see cosec and sine are reciprocals of each other. So cosec square theta and sine square theta, they are reciprocals of each other. तो एक को change कर दो, cosec square को change कर देंगे. Cosec theta is 1 upon sine theta, so cosec square theta is 1 upon sine square theta into sine square theta. And then sine square theta cancels out. We are left with 1, which is equal to RHS, and therefore LHS is equal to RHS. And we are done. Simple. See, we did only 4 questions of trigonometry today. And in the next session, we are going to raise the bar a little bit. So from the simpler ones, we will slowly and steadily move towards a little complex questions. But after doing simple ones, then it makes sense to do the advanced questions. So I hope that whatever I have taught you today, you have understood it well. And we will stop the session here. And I'll see you in the next class. Bye, all of you. Bye bye, all of you. Take care.